Alright, hey everybody, MikuXLegend is back for more Nekopara. At least let's try. Now, I'm actually gonna go through one more part of this. Well, there is, because yeah, I actually looked at there's a lot. Not a lot, so let's go ahead and finish it off while we can. Okay, I'm not sure if you heard this, so I'm gonna hit that.
その件に関しては、ショコラとバニラの意思を尊重したいと思います。ショコラとバニラがちゃんと納得したら迎えに行きますので。
Was what she told me when I was finally able to get in touch with her. Without any margin of negotiation space, I was struck down. But Shigiri, even if you say that, I don't think Chocola and Vanilla will.
ところで兄様、この妹めに今朝の愛のささやきを。
Don't make it sound like it's a diary ritual or something. In any case.
あ、すみません。お父様から呼ばれましたので失礼いたします。愛してますわ、兄様。ではまた。
Wait, Shigiri. Seriously? As a ruthless electronic buzz of the drop call echoed, I stared at my cell phone. And here I thought I could sort all this out if I could just talk to Shigiri.
朝ごはんおいしいですね。ご主人様のご飯はいつでもおいしいですにゃ。ショコラ、ほっぺにケチャップついてる。芸術的に可愛い。舐めてあげちゃう。ペロペロ。
The cat girls in question were happily stuffing themselves with sandwiches. These sandwiches incidentally contained tomato, cheese, and lettuce. With an over-easy fried egg tucked inside all that, it was a simple meal. Breakfast was pretty much like this. You two are definitely going home today, okay?
ご主人様はショコラたちといるの楽しくないですか？ショコラは楽しいですよ。もうそれは今世紀最大級に。昨晩はご主人だって結構お楽しみだったくせに。
Stop with the deliberate misleading words. I sighed at their happy-go-lucky mindset. I took the opportunity to fill their empty glasses with milk. The eating habits of cat girls were pretty much the same as those of humans, so that part was straightforward. Of course, what they liked and disliked depended on each individual cat girl. In the end, I wasn't able to get everything put away yesterday. Today, I really do have to start getting ready for the bakery's opening too. That's why I don't have time to relax and play with you two. Be good girls and go home. I said that to them with a sandwich in my hand.
ここにショコラがいたら、お父様は迷惑ですか？
She put her sandwich down on her plate, and just like yesterday, she looked at me with unturned eyes. Yeah, it's a problem. I answered her clearly.
そうですか。そうですよね。やっぱり。
Her shoulders drooped more than before. The ears which sat atop her head and drooped down hardly too.
ショコラ。
Unable to make fun of anything, Vanilla could only look on with concern. The pain from last night pricked at my heart again. I tilted the already cooled coffee cup as my emotions dueled, unimpeded by my judgment.
それでも、ショコラはご主人様のところに行きたいです。
Her usually always perky ears were drooping. Chocola was speaking unclearly under her own volition.
ショコラがいるなら 私もここにいる。私もここにいたいと思う。
Vanilla's usually blank expression did not change. However, she showed me her strong determination. I don't remember Chocola or Vanilla ever being this disarmament. That thought stayed at the back of my mind. But if I was going to be swayed by that, then I wouldn't have said this. That understood? Hmm?
ご注文ありがとうございます。ロイヤルウッドです。ご注文いただきましたティーセットの配達にお伺いしました。ではこちらお店の中に運んじゃいますね。こちらの段ボールで全部ですね。では間違いなければ受領書にサインをいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
She smiled brightly and brought out the invoice along with a pen. Okay, let's see. I looked over the sales invoice. I received one more. Somehow, this doesn't look like what I ordered.
え、本当ですか？それは品物が違うということでしょうか？
No, the stuff I ordered is in here too, but I looked over at the pile of boxes inside the bakery. Inside of my tiny bakery was a mountain of boxes. A mountain! It was as if the inside of the bakery had become completely made of boxes. As you can see, we don't need this much tableware inside the bakery.
すみません。すぐに本社に確認しますので、少々お待ちいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。大変申し訳ございません。こちらのミスで別の注文書と混じってしまっていたようでして、水無月様の方もすぐに取りようと思いますので、もしよろしければご注文分の食器を受け取っていただければと思うのですが。
Accept this order? Huh? From all this? A mountain of cardboard boxes towered over everything. I was at a loss for words. Every box was of equal size. I wouldn't know what was inside each item without opening them up. On top of that, looking at the sales invoice, I could see that they all contained expensive tea sets and tableware. And if I accepted it all, it would be a lot of work to deal with all the new items. There's still things I need doing in advance of my bakery's opening, so I don't mind accepting these. But it's going to take a while to deal with all this.
もちろん私もお手伝いさせていただきますので、私も次の配達に行かないといけないですし。
Look, you don't need to put all this pressure on me. From the looks of it, it would take 2 hours or more. But to have it redelivered would take double the effort too. Hmm? Yeah. That's right, I have a lifeline.
にゃにゃ、にゃんですか？猫ちゃんたち、本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。では私はこれで失礼させていただきますね。
Ah! I'm exhausted. I glanced at the tableware we had finished organizing. Lowered myself into a chair and relaxed my shoulders.
ご主人様、冷たいお茶です。どうぞ。
Thanks, Chocola. Don't mind if I do. I downed the cold tea in one gulp. Somehow or another, the light meal tableware had arrived. Soon, I really had to get the bakery ready for its opening. I did say I needed any help I could find. I really did need help this time. I could sense the praise me aura coming from Chocola. She had a wide smile on her face and was in a ready stance to receive my approval. Thanks! I couldn't have done it without you two.
うんうん。柱の陰から見守ってた甲斐があったね。よしよし。ショコラ、ご主人様の役に立てましたね。様の役に立てましたね。
This really messed it up that bad.
やっぱりご主人様一人じゃお仕事大変だと思うんです。ね。うんうん。猫の手でも存分に役に立つ。私たちがいなかったらまだ仕分け続行中
I
だ
wish
と
I
思
had
う。
different keys. Because they actually get used. Hey, you two are getting a bit too close. They lean forward towards me for emphasis. It is true that without you two around, this would have been a real problem. But that's the definition than the one from before. You two had to go back home. Besides, it's not like I could ask you two to work for me or anything, okay?
そうですか。やっぱりダメですか。
Her shoulders drooped along with her ears and tail. The enthusiasm she showed earlier had completely disappeared. She sighed deeply and looked disheartened.
お掃除でもしてきます。せっかくですし。
She trudged up to the second floor, still dejected. Chocola isn't an idiot. I knew she was pushing herself to be bright and full of energy. But even so, this wasn't something I was going to easily change my mind about. It was all the more with how much she cared for me.
ご主人、私たちがいたら、そんなに迷惑？悪い子。
Spoke quietly when they're usual. What? Oh my fucking god. Vanilla tilted her head as she asked that question. You two aren't bad cat girls, and that's why I can't have you stay here.
悪い子じゃないのにダメなの？
It's because you two are good cat girls, and that I can't allow it. She blinked as she took in my words. It was almost as if she was trying to peer inside my heart. She stared directly at me, long and hard.
人って難しい。猫にはそういうのわからない。好きならそばにいたい。少なくとも私はそう思うけど。
Vanilla?
ショコラのところ行ってくる。
With those words, she went upstairs. The sound of her small footsteps slowly disappeared, and before long, I couldn't hear them anymore. Humans are hard to understand, huh? Inside the bakery, now devoid of anyone but myself. I repeated those words she had just said to me. Now that I think about it, that's a pretty inconsistent way of thinking, isn't it? Cats do not understand that. Having heard that said aloud, I began to understand what it really meant. It must be pretty nice to live a simple life of a cat girl, huh? I pondered as I looked up at the name of the bakery affixed to the window. With a bitter smile, I began to clean up the tea sets that had arrived earlier.
Nekopara.
Huh.
あれ、今日はあのたこ焼き屋がいない。
Just like yesterday, we took a walk through the park in the evening. However, that food stand was nowhere to be found. It just so happened that no one was home on the day I decided to take the two Get girls home. I had also happened to leave the house key behind. So to make good use of time, I went to do some shopping before Shigiri got home.
ごめんバニラ。なんだっけ、また旅だっけ。だいたいそんな感じ。
That isn't the right word at all. Chocola, if you're tired, why don't we rest a bit?
はい、少しだけ。でも大丈夫ですから。心配かけてごめんなさい、ご主人様。
There's no need for you to apologize. She had a troubled smile on her face as she nodded. It was pretty clear why she wasn't in good spirits. That's why there was nothing I could really say to her. Well, there happens to be a bench over there, so why don't we rest a bit?
じゃあ私、何か飲み物買ってくる。
Thanks. Something for everyone, okay?
了解。任された。
I had Vanilla some change and offered a bench to Chocola. The constant sea breeze rested the trees in the park. All that could be heard throughout the empty park were the quiet sounds of nature. I silently sat down next to the disheartened Chocola. I liked the gently setting sun. Time passed by slowly.
ショコラ、帰ります。
Her voice was so quiet that I wasn't quite sure if I had heard her or not. Even so, she answered clearly. Without saying a word, I responded by gently rubbing Chocola's head.
たまにはご主人様に電話してもいいですか？
Yeah.
またご主人様のところに遊びに来てもいいですか？
Yeah.
ご主人様はショコラたちのことはちゃんと毎日思い出してくれますか？ショコラは離れててもご主人様って呼んでてもいいですか？
Her voice trembled as she frantically wiped away her tears. Oh my fucking god. She stiffened her sobbing and her voice became strained. She looked pained as she did her best to hold back her emotions, biting her lips. I held back my irresponsible words that were on the brink of coming out with all my strength. Yeah, of course I will. I was frustrated at myself for saying nothing. I was empty. I could only offer condolences that could not be put into words. I rubbed Chocola's head as gently as I could.
やっぱりご主人様は優しいですね。
I don't really think I'm kind at all.
ご主人様、前も同じこと言ってましたから。
Before? Chocola closed her eyes and smiled.
覚えてますか？ショコラとバニラを。ご主人様としぐれちゃんが連れて帰ってくれた時のこと。
Of course I remember that. It was a cold day half a year ago. Chocola and Vanilla were huddled together, crying by the side of the road. They were still so young, they couldn't even speak yet. It was at that day that I embraced their small cold bodies and took them home with me. There was no way I could simply forget that important day when our family grew. In the beginning, you two really couldn't get used to things at home.
あの時は知らないお家で知らない人と猫ばっかりで怖くて。
You two wouldn't eat at all, which really worried Shigiri.
はい、とっても心配かけちゃいました。
I started to hear a tiny bit of laughter in her voice as we reminisced about the past.
ショコラとバニラが熱を出した時のことも覚えてますか？
Ah, I definitely do remember that. It was a few days after we brought Choco and Vanilla home. At that point, they only occasionally drink some water. And as always, they didn't really touch the food. The combination of malnourishment and the cold weather had really begun to weaken their bodies. They both developed high fevers and were in pain.
あの時は夜中で誰にも気づいてもらえなくて、とにかく苦しくて、辛くて、寂しくて、声も出せなくて、手も足も全然動かなくて、助けて、誰か助けてって思いながら、ただただ泣いてたんです。そしたら、
It's alright, I'm with you too, so don't worry.
ご主人様が大きくてあったかい手で撫でてくれたんですよね。ずっとそばで大丈夫大丈夫って言い続けてくれて、ショコラとバニラのこと撫で続けてくれてました。朝になって病院に行くまでずっとそばにいてくれて不安で心細かったのが全部嘘だったみたいに。あの時も同じこと言ってました。俺は別に優しくなんかないって。でもショコラたちはご主人様が助けてくれなかったらここにいなかったです。あの時ご主人様がそばにいてくれなかったら誰も信じられないままでした。ご主人様のおかげでご飯も食べれるようになりました。しぐれちゃんともみんなとも仲良くなりました。だからあの時からショコラのご主人様はご主人様になったんです。ショコラはそれからずっと優しいご主人様のことが大好きなんですよ。
I wish that her tear-filled eyes would not spill over. Those tears were filled with anxiety, sadness, and happiness. She smiled all she could before me.
だからショコラはご主人様がいなくなっちゃうって聞いて、いても立ってもいられなくて、どうしても一緒に行きたくて、しぐれちゃんにお願いをしたんです。
She said that with the faintest of smiles, one that seemed as if it would disappear at any moment. Those words were so gentle and warm, but there was also an undeniable sadness and emptiness mixed in with them. Chocola? I was the one she was saying this to all to. Even so, the only thing I could say back to her was her name.
お金のこととか難しいことはやっぱり猫にはわからないです。でもやっぱりショコラはご主人様のそばにいたいんです。ご主人様が辛くて大変そうなのなんとなくわかります。本当になんとなくですけど、お掃除でもお洗濯でもお料理でもショコラがお手伝いできることは何でもしますから。今すぐにはできなくても絶対にちゃんとできるようになりますから。だからもう一度だけお願いしちゃダメでしょうか。ショコラはご主人様と一緒にいたいんです。
Chocola voiced her feelings clearly once again, and barely kept her tears from overflowing. Chocola, if you could be with me. I was engulfed by my inner thoughts, which were ready to overflow. She yearned for me so earnestly. For her to so innocently believe in me, there should be no reason for me to be against it. That day, Chocola Vanilla became an important part of my family. As long as they were with me, the days would be bright and enjoyable. I was simply selfish for just leaving home like that. I didn't want to get my dear family wrapped in my selfishness, or have them experience any unnecessary hardship because of me. You two are important to me after all.
私たちは猫だから、自分に素直なだけ。
My inner conflict was disrupted by Vanilla. Vanilla had returned at some point. She looked straight at me as she stood by Chocola's side.
私なら、楽しいことならショコラと一緒がいい。たとえ辛いことでも、ショコラと一緒にいたいと思う。だって、一緒にいれないことの方が寂しくて辛いから。
Vanilla?
本当に好きなら、迷惑かけたって一緒にいたい。それでも一緒にいたいものだと思う。私たちが幸せかどうかなんて、いくらご主人でも決めつけるのは違うと思うよ。それに大事な人が大変ならなおさらそばにいたい。何ができるかはわからないけど、でも辛い時にそばで励ますことくらいできるよ。
It was as if her gentle, warm, and soft smile had become the same sun. These uncharacteristic words from Vanilla deeply penetrated and seeped into my heart.
だからきっとしぐれも私たちがご主人のところについていくのを許してくれた。しぐれはご主人と一緒に行くことはできないから代わりにお願いって。だからご主人が本当にショコラのことを思うなら一緒にいるべきだと思う。
There was not even the faintest bit of hesitation. They were such honest and absolutely straightforward words. Who am I to dictate Chocola and Vanilla's happiness? Only those words continued to strongly resonate in my mind, which was otherwise empty.
たとえ何不自由のない暮らしでもご主人様がいないのは嫌なんです。いくら大変でもショコラはご主人様と一緒にいたいんです。だからお願いします。ご主人様のそばにいさせてください。ここがショコラがいたい場所なんです。
She was on the verge of tears, but Chocola's face lit up. They were nothing but absolutely pure, genuine words. Humans really are at a loss for words when it comes to cat girls, huh? Saying no to their words was not something I could bring myself to do.
ご主人様、それって。
It won't be like it was back at home, but you can't just live here however you like. Got it?
はい、大丈夫です。ご主人様がいるだけでショコラは幸せですから。やれやれ、ついにご主人陥落。いやよいやよも好きのうちだね。
The dreary moment seemed to be blown away by her dazzling smile. Despite all this talk about family, perhaps I was the one that didn't really believe in it. Thinking about all this from their perspective, it was very simple. Although I thought it was also immature. Perhaps cat girls were more human than humans were when it came to honesty. From here on out, we need to do our best all together. 毎晩大トロじゃなくて大丈夫です。たまにでいいです。
お肉も A4 でいい。松阪牛なら脂身最高。
Is that all you guys have been eating at home? Even if the road ahead of us is uncertain. I lovingly rub their heads, deceiving their hair. Alright, why don't we head back to the shopping district then?
なんでですか？お買い物はもう終わったんですよね。
We have to go buy that shampoo you guys like, don't we?
おー、ご主人かっこいい。ついでに松阪牛も買おう。
Well, today is a celebration, so why not?
やったー！お祝いパーティーですね。ご主人太っ腹。さすがは私たちのご主人。
Just this once, okay? This was the beginning of a bright new life. And together with the happy and high-spirited Choco and Vanilla, we took the first steps towards it. Now, I muted the... I'm not sure if I should show the opening, but... Or... It could be skipped. We're... Well...
Nekopara Volume 1 ソレイユ開店しました。
Okay, so yeah, the trial is actually over. Now, hope you guys enjoyed this. Now, what would you guys do? What would you guys do if I were... Okay, do you guys actually want me to buy all the volumes for the game? Well, if you guys do, let me know down in the comments. Because the game's actually on sale right now, but you guys have until the 2nd of January to do this. Because, and then if they were purchased, we'll actually start the game next year if everything's good. If you guys really want that too. Want that too. Now, before I go, I do want to make an announcement where the next week's videos are actually going to be random, except for Wednesday. Well, Wednesday there's actually not going to be a Let's Play video, but instead I'll actually show off the presents I'll get. And then after next week, well, at least the week after, I'm actually going to be taking a break of making videos from then on, and I'll probably, if everything's good, I mean in terms of Kappa, I'm actually gonna be starting fresh with a few new projects, depending on what you guys want. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. If you want to be notified whenever I upload, be sure to ring the bell so you get them. And as always, well, I'll see you guys in the next Let's Try or whatever. Goodbye.